I'll be fine. Oh, no, 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 no.
I hope you were recording.
I wasn't recording that.
Hello there, welcome back to the Menace SMP. Last time I built up this bone meal farm and charcoal farm for an alternative gunpowder source to use with a better end sulfur crystals. This episode, we are going to get stuck into building up the first tower in our Hanging Gardens of Babylon. And well, we need to make sure we have a steady supply of paper. But first, before we can get stuck into building that, I've got to fulfill a promise to Maddie. You see, I have pitched this great idea about building up a triple farm on the community island, right here in fact, and I asked Maddie if she could build something amazing around it. And well, she's done that. She's done it in creative and she's collected all the materials. So she's just waiting on me. But before I can build that farm, I need to collect the spawners. Now this is not vanilla and it is indeed a create mechanic. I have already acquired 2 zombie spawners and 1 magma cube, but we are going to need quite a few more. To collect these spawners, we are going to need a cart assembler and a rail, as well as my wrench. To do this, we just need to break out the blocks under the spawner, just like this, place down a rail, the cart assembler, throw in a minecart, and then shift click the lever onto the side, and there we go. The spawner has lifted and now can be removed. So shift clicking with the wrench just puts this straight into my inventory as a minecart contraption. Now that's the easy part. We have 1 zombie spawner down and 1 to go. The 3 magma cubes and 4 blaze spawners all to collect. This is going to be a long adventure for me, but at least you're going to get to see the highlights. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. With that nether adventure completed, we have all the spawners. We are good to go, guys. We are good to go. But all nether adventures end with some good loot, and well, if we add this to the collection that I've already got, I think it's time we upgrade some of my gear. Or all of my gear, if we have enough. I mean, it's been long enough in diamonds without having netherite, don't you think? Well, the completionist in me is very sad that I don't have enough to do all of my armor and tools, but yeah, I'm going to do the hoe. I need to do the hoe. It's going to happen. I'm just going to sacrifice my chestplate. It's not a mistake. Right guys, we are ready to get this farm all built up for Maddie. It's not a complicated farm, but it is basically going to be 3 large cubes, roughly 9 by 9, and a few levels for collecting drops, and some fancy redstone. I'm basically just adjusting a traditional blaze, zombie, and magma cube farm to fit inside these 3 cubes. It's not super flash, but I tell you what is, these nether bricks. Honestly, we got so confused with all of the different nether bricks that it's just an inside joke now. I mean, the whole farm will be surrounded by them, but also it's going to be surrounded by some tinted glass. And yes, this is a very dark color palette, so I am super excited to see Maddie's creation come to life around this.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Farm's done.
Sweet.
Yep. Yep.
Looks like you've been busy in it already.
A little bit. We got all the blaze rods we could ever want.
Nice.
This one over here is just getting rotten flesh at the moment. Click the lever if you want to turn it off.
Oh, I see it turns on the light. Okay.
Yep.
That's how it's turning it off. Gotcha. Okay, rotten flesh to trade for clerics, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And all the frog lights.
We have frog lights galore. They're just floating there.
They're just num 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 num. I've been AFK a little bit.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
Just a little bit. I've only got two.
It's gonna be so good.
And I've been putting the heads over here in this barrel. We got that. And then we've got some rotten flesh. It's a little slow, but it's fine. And then downstairs.
But it's like, can be passively loaded, basically,
Yeah.
whenever we have it on.
All the frog lights.
Oh, I didn't realize it was dropping magma cream. I thought it was only gonna drop
We have free obsidian.
the lights. Yeah.
So this is the ugly farm. Can you make it pretty?
That's kind of a big, ugly box, so I think we need to decorate it a little.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a small project. It shouldn't take long at all.
I put decorations in. Look at my support pillars.
Yeah, they're support. They're but these are load-bearing walls, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not walls, pillars.
Pillars. Low-bearing pillars.
Yes.
Need another 2 on the other side.
Yeah, you just need a couple right here.
I'm so glad I turned all of my sounds down. This is not a fun farm. I have like 113 levels just from this.
It's from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my sounds way down too. I basically play on silent the whole time.
Alright, I'm getting out of here. They're annoying me. Ow.
Okay.
Well, guys, if you want to go see that build, you better go check out Maddie. She did an absolutely amazing job in designing that entire area. It looks fantastic. I love the color palette. I love that. It's just different. It's unique and it's lovely. I will show it off in a later video, but for now, we are going to get stuck into this Tower of Babylon. We are going to go with a blue theme, but we updated the server pack and, well, Lapis. Lapis bricks have a new design and it's not giving that same bright pop of blue that it was before, so we need a replacement. These are my replacement options so far. While I do like the azurine, it is a little dusty. It's not giving the same vibrant pop of color, although it does have stairs and slabs. However, I am thinking that fir planks will be a better option. It just doesn't give that bricks look. So I'm going to mix it in with a chipped lapis bricks. Combo won't give the same vibrancy and consistency, but it's the best solution to my dilemma. Now in terms of the rest of the color palette, these are all the blocks we are going to be using. Lots of sandstone, and I am going to do a little bit of a gradient at the bottom. This isn't going to be really seen when the entire area is finished, but it's just going to give a little bit more of a gradient into the mesa colors. And I'm going to be using this petal block, which is incredibly difficult to mine. Honestly, it's 4 petals for 1 block and you have to manually harvest it. But I think next episode I might have figured out a farm. We are also going to incorporate some of the bamboo trapdoors. I absolutely love the bamboo trapdoors. Like, these just give gold to me. Like, just a gold, like a nice, bright, vibrant kind of gold color. I love it. It feels like it's such a versatile trapdoor, and I do honestly think that it is just underrated. And with the glass, we are going to have some blue arched glass, but any stained glass would work just as well. Maybe even copper, like a vibrant copper if you wanted the roof to be solid. Instead of glass, but this is going to be full of plants, so we want it to have as much natural light as possible. So that's enough yapping from me. Let's just get started building in super fast mode. So we have built up the tower and now it is time for us to geckify it. And you might be wondering, what does geckify mean? It basically means just cover the entire thing in bushes. Yeah, But we also are very limited because we are in a mesa, and obviously most of the mesa colors are really dark and drab, but there are some surprising ones. So let's go down here, where I have collected a whole bunch of leaves and foliage, and the main one is going to be the birch leaves. Now in the mesa they are a little darker, but it's still a pretty green. But we also have the azalea and the flowering azalea leaves just to give a brighter pop of green. We also have these from Chipped. So we have the mangrove roots, we have an overgrown and a flowering one. We also have the oak leaves with white flowers and the birch with white flowers. I'm also using a resource pack that makes vanilla leaves bushy, and obviously that doesn't correlate to the chipped versions, but I kind of like it. Using the two side by side, I think it makes the leaves a little bit more dynamic when grouped together. So we are just going to mix all these leaves together in groups and use some glow lichen as well to light up the upper floors. But yeah, we are just going to cover this tower in green and make it a little lush area. I don't have any way to really do this. I just kind of place it down, and if it looks good, then it looks good and I keep going. And if it doesn't, then I just get rid of it. So let's just have a look. Yeah, I kind of want something like that. While I keep placing bushes in super fast mode, if you guys haven't already, feel free to leave a like and a comment, or even subscribe. It will mean the world to me, and it means that I'm doing the right thing and you guys are enjoying the content, especially if you've made it this far. Right, the tower is built and we've covered it in greenery. Is it finished? No. Will I finish it today? I hope so, but I kind of want to get started on the sugarcane farm. The more time I spend in this area, the more I like this little part of the wall, and I'm inspired. I want to do a large archway into the cliff. Think Lord of the Rings, secret entrance to Moria. Less secret, more so I can fly in. But I also want to extend the staircase down to the water level. So before I start breaking blocks and destroying the natural shape, I'm going to jump into creative for about an hour and just figure out some block shapes in a path. And then I will bring you back and we'll get started building. How do I put this? Remember how I said it'd be about an hour? Yeah, it was 2 days. I don't know why. Did I build up a archway? Yes. Did I build a staircase? Partially. Did I do the interior of the new build? Sort of. What I did do though was build a sugarcane farm about 4 different times. Create, not create. And yeah, it's really streamlined now. So I guess let's just get started. Well, what was 30 seconds for you actually took me an entire week. Yeah, all I can say is I'm relearning a skill that I haven't used in a long time, and I think sometimes you just have to not be afraid to scrap everything and start from scratch, because eventually when you figure it out, it all comes together. Anyway, I have finished decorating this entire tunnel, and as you can see, I've leaned heavily into the modded blocks for this one. It's something that won't be easy to replicate in vanilla, especially with all of the vertical copycat panels, but it only takes a little bit of creativity to come up with something pretty cool. And if you do want to recreate it, you will come up with something amazing. Anyway, let's get on to the next part of this build, which is the sugarcane farm. In here, I've already set up one with nether reeds from Better Nether, just for the nether, using lava instead of water. And I've just gone with a very simple piston observer sugarcane farm. One side I'm going to use reeds because they also do give a different block as well. And the other side, we're going to go with plain basic sugarcane. Just really quickly, let's get the other 3 in. And just like that, magic, all 4 of these farms are in. And I have set up the collection system in the back. So how do I access all of those back rooms? If I come out here, all I have to do is flick this torch. And something I kind of wish vanilla Minecraft had already. It's way more appealing than a lever. Now, in terms of the collection system, I have everything going into a vault from each one of these farms. And then from that vault, it goes into a conveyor belt and a basin where it will get turned into paper. Once it comes out, it goes into another vault, and then that is fed into the 3 barrels, which are on the top and bottom of the feature wall in the other side of the hallway, so I can access it without ever having to come in. But what's really cool about this setup and this system is not only do I have a threshold switch to turn off this create machine when it's full of paper, but I also have one to turn off the pistons when the vault is full of sugarcane. The minecart will stop all on its own when it's full, but the pistons will always continue to fire. I've set this threshold switch up to a redstone lamp. That redstone lamp then will light up, triggering the pistons to stay extended. I'm not sure if this is going to help with any lag, but it's probably something I should talk to Maz about, maybe. That's basically the whole system. I just have it repeating for the top and the bottom. And for the nether reeds, I just have them coming out as basic reeds or as the block variant. So, yeah, that's it. I have room for one farm that I'm going to build, that I want to build, which is going to be a kelp farm. But the other 2 little areas opposite, both the reeds and the sugarcane farm, I have no idea what I want to put there. So if you have any ideas on farms, let me know in the comments. But until then, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.